Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Chalk Talk. Our today's topic of discussion will be Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. Now in our previous lecture we talk about DDA line drawing algorithm, and in that lecture I have explained the different advantages and disadvantages of that particular algorithm. So whatever the disadvantages of DDA line drawing algorithm is, that will be get removed with the help of Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. In this particular lecture I will be explaining the mathematics behind this algorithm and all the algorithmic steps that will give us the output of line drawing with the help of Bresenham's concept, right? For particularly Bresenham's line drawing algorithm, the optimum raster location that needs to be identified, and that is the main concept behind Bresenham's line drawing. So to identify the optimum raster location, we have assumed a particular case where my x-axis on this direction and y-axis on this direction is having certain pixels to be considered. Now when the pixel at particular location, say for example x is equals to 1, this is the location of the pixel, and similarly this is the location of the pixel where y is equals to 1. Now the question arises when we talk about the optimum raster location needs to be checked. This line is my true line, so the distance of the point of that respective pixel from the true line needs to be calculated. So here two terms, that is dA and dB, is to be considered. So dA nothing but the distance above the true line and dB is nothing but the distance below the true line. And in this Bresenham's line drawing algorithm we will be working on this distance, and this is called as E, which is also called as error variable or decision variable. So E is nothing but dB minus dA, or it can be considered as dA minus dB. So the minimum distance of that pixel from the true line will be identified and that pixel will be chosen to be highlighted. This is called as selecting optimum raster location, and in this way we can avoid the disadvantage of the DDA algorithm. So the incremental factor in DDA was x and y simultaneously gets incremented, whereas in Bresenham's either x or y will be incremented depending upon the pixel which is very much closer to the true line. This is the main concept. Now considering the mathematics behind this, so my formula for E will be distance below minus distance above, or distance above minus distance below. And considering this formula, if my E is greater than 0, then it will implies dB greater than dA, and we will choose a respective pixel which is near to the true line. And same is the case for another condition, that is E less than 0. At initial level we have considered E is equals to 2 del y minus del x. So del y and del x nothing but the x2 minus x1 and y2 minus y1, that is called as del y and del x. So 2 del y minus del x will be the initial value of E, that will also act as an incremental factor either in x direction or in y direction. Now where del y stands for y2 minus y1 and del x stands for x2 minus x1, we will getting the value of del y and del x, and with the help of these values you can calculate the value of E. Now once you have the value of E depending upon the values of del y and del x, you can check this respective condition. Now in this entire logic you can say that if the condition is true, you can only working on y variable or y coordinate, and if the condition is false, you are working on x coordinate. It means at a single instance either you will be incrementing y or you will be incrementing x depending upon the condition of E, that is decision variable, and that will be considered with the help of the pixel which is closer to the true line. I hope you getting this mathematics. Now we will be working on the algorithmic steps, and this same thing is actually embedded into the algorithm. Now considering the slope of the line m is equals to del y upon del x, and this particular algorithm works for the slope which is less than 1. So considering this algorithm only for slope less than 1, step by step I will explain you. The first step is you have to take the input from the user, and the user input will be x1 y1 and x2 y2 coordinate values. So you read it from the user. Depending upon the values of x1 y1 and x2 y2, you will be calculating del x and del y. Now once your del x and del y is calculated, you will initialize the starting points, that is x is equals to x1, means my y is equals to y1, and whatever the value of xy will be, we will be plotting that on the screen with the help of plot function, that is plot x comma y. So x1 is my x, y1 is my y, and utilizing these values I am plotting it. Then we calculate the value of E depending on the value of del y and del x, and that is calculated in the second step. After this particular step, you will be having the value of E. So E is something that you have, And now you have to use this value with the particular condition of while loop, and incremental factor will be used. So a counter variable of I is initialized to 1 at particular level. Then E is greater than equals to 0. If this condition is true, I will be working on the Y variable or Y coordinate. If the condition is false, I will be working on the X coordinate. So either Y or X, this will be the logic. And then simultaneously you will be moving pixel by pixel ahead towards the last point. And whatever the new calculations of X and Y we will be getting after this particular loop, we are simultaneously plotting the same. Continue the loop till you are incrementing the factor of I is equals to I plus 1 and checking the condition I less than equals to del X. As already I have discussed that this is for the particular slope less than 1. So we are working on the del X factor, that is x2 minus x1. So we will be checking this particular condition and again going into the loop and repeating the same steps again and again till this condition is satisfied. And once the condition is satisfied, your entire line drawing will be completed with the help of Bresenham's algorithm. And the last step is stop. So I hope you have understood this particular concept. If you have any doubt, just put it in the comment section. Keep learning and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.